I drink goat milk. And by goat, I mean greatest of all time. It's cow's milk. Sorry, it's cow's milk. Still cow's milk. I love cow's milk. Like, I love soy milk, I love almond milk, but when a cow's been fondled, I'm like a little bit happy for some reason. I don't know what it is. But I get it organic, you know. The farmer took the cow out to dinner first. Anybody here still drink cow's milk? Yeah. Great, awesome. What percent do you drink? 2%. 2%, awesome. Right down the middle, like, be a little healthy, have some fun. You know? I drink whole milk, party in a glass. You know? Some people drink skim. They love that mop bucket water. You know? I mean, there's really not a lot of choices when it comes to milk. They don't give you a lot of range. You ever see those choices for, like, you can either have skim milk, or you can have 1%, or you can have 2%, or you can jump to whole milk. Like, what happened? I think you skipped some numbers there. Just give me the 50% milk. Meet me halfway. What if they sold TVs like that? Like, I want a TV. What size you got? They got a 100-inch. That's standard. Okay. Well, you have something smaller. Yeah, we got a 2-inch after that. Next to a 2-inch. And then you got a little 1-inch, and then just an empty box where you imagine changing the channels. And it's a skim channels TV. You ever had that one before? That's weird. You ever do the math on those percentages of milk? 2% of the milk fat, right? 2% of the whole fat. 5 grams of fat in a serving of 2% milk, right? Whole milk, which is 100%, is the whole 8 grams of fat. You're telling me that 5 grams is just 2% of 8? We're just gonna be okay with this for the rest of our lives. You're gonna sleep okay at night just knowing that 5 divided by 8, that's 60%. That's some 60% milk you're drinking right there. And they're writing it off as 2, okay? How are we gonna find the kids on the milk carton? We can't even do the numbers right. This is embarrassing. This is a scam. Probably from the 1%, if you ask me. It's trickling down from the 1%. That's right. I voted for Bernie, Madoff. I don't care. I voted for someone who's already in jail. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is I was saying this one night. A woman comes up to me after, because she overheard me through a microphone. And she was like, Sammy, I'm going to ruin your night, but whole milk is actually not 100% milk. It's 3% milk. I used to work in the service industry. I was like, you didn't ruin my night at all. Because we're going to crunch these numbers right now. I pulled out my calculator. She was not ready for that. And I proved myself as a math major. Not so much a comedian, but a math major. Because the discovery I made that night changed my life as a mathematician. Anybody have a calculator handy? Anybody good at calculations? Somebody in the front, you want to do it? Okay, thank you, man. Here. No, I want you to do this for me, okay? This is participation, all right? Yes, we laugh and we do math at my shows. Okay? All we're going to do to find the percentage of fat in whole milk is take the amount of fat in whole milk and divide it by the amount of fat in 1% milk. That would give us the ratio to 1, which would be the percentage. You guys following? Doesn't matter if you can't. We don't have a lot of time. Okay, so I want to be 100% accurate. I looked at the average glass of whole milk, looked it up, 8.011 grams of fat in the average glass, right? Divided by the amount of fat in 1%, the average glass has 2.55. Okay, now don't freak out when you see the result. But I want you to read the numbers to me exactly as you see them. This is what Big Dairy doesn't want you to know, okay? This is the percentage of fat in whole milk. Read the numbers as you see them, okay?
3.1415.
3.1415. Whole milk is pie milk! Ah! Ah! Whoa! Yeah! Oh! I busted a nut when I saw that. You gotta... Whole milk is pie milk. That's why it tastes so damn good with pie. Especially school shootings. Okay. Ooh. You would think Colorado would be quicker on that one. If you had to give some words of wisdom to aspiring teachers, what would you tell them?
Get out while you can.
Get out while you can! Wow! Is there anything I haven't talked about tonight you guys want to hear about?
School.
School. Okay. Ooh. Okay. School. Yes. School. Do you have a preference if you want to stick with elementary? Do you want to do... What's that?
Being a teacher.
Being a teacher. Oh, did you know I was a teacher? Oh, shit. For the teachers, huh? It's for teachers, not people. Oh, everybody in Denver is a teacher, huh? Yes, I was a teacher. That was my second job. I quit teaching to do stand-up. That shows you how little that pays. You guys have too real for all of us. But that teaching was my second job. My first job, I was a pot dealer. So I have come quite a ways. Isn't that crazy? This was when it was illegal.
I went from drug dealer to teacher. I was reverse Breaking Bad. I was the opposite. So yeah, I love teaching. Are you a teacher? Mm-hmm. What do you teach?
Computer science.
Fuck yeah. Person who wooed. You study computer science?
I teach it as well.
Oh, fuck. 2 CS teachers in one show at the same time? What are the odds? How would you grade yourself as a CS teacher? Well, like A, B, C++? C sharp. Okay, nice. Nicely done. Whoa, touche. Now, you teach CS, meaning you're a professor probably, right?
No.
Oh, you teach it in high school?
I teach at elementary and middle school.
Shut the fuck up. Computer science for children? They do that now?
Yeah, I teach Python in 7th grade.
Oh shit. Fucking. That's legit. Python is the easiest language for those who are not familiar. But that's still very impressive that kids are learning it at 12, 13. Do any of them ask why?
They're actually loving it.
They're loving it.
Yes.
And they're coming up, they're like programming all sorts of like fun games.
Yes, exactly.
I learned Python when I was 21. That's a little past the 7th grade. It was very easy to learn, but my final that I gave myself is I wanted to create like a simulated blackjack game. Does anybody do that in your class?
No.
Good. That's why I'm fucking smarter than them. I just wanted to make sure I was better than 7th grade. That's all. Just checking.
As long as you can live that.
Thank you. Yes, of course. And UCS teacher back in the back. You also teach 7th graders?
No, high school.
High school. Okay. Level up. What languages do you teach?
Java and C sharp.
Java, C sharp. Would you say 7th graders, a little too hard to teach them C sharp?
No.
They're ready?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
But you're not. It's not in the curriculum.
Oh, we don't have a curriculum.
Nice. What's going on in the schools in a nutshell? Oh, we don't have a curriculum, dog. We just go with the flow. I'm teaching computer science to young children. Do you think we have a plan? Well, China, they're teaching C sharp when you're 3 years old, so. Most teachers do love the act of teaching. They want the kids to learn, most of them. At some point, a lot of teachers get jaded from too many years of bullshit. And I get it. I had 6 years of bullshit. You been through it too?
Oh, yeah.
How many years do you teach?
25 plus. Yeah.
25 plus. Holy shit. Are you still teaching or you done?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking hate it. Still there. Yeah, I wish I was done. That's good. I have a lot of teachers who I remember had that permanent I wish I was done face. What do you teach?
Middle school.
Oh, well fucking no wonder. Middle school. No wonder you wish you were done.
Language development.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like 25 years, but they still keep becoming 12 and 13 every year somehow. How does that happen? What? So you teach just a little bit of everything or what?
Yeah, well, it's speaking, reading, listening, and writing.
Speaking, reading, listening, and writing.
What?
Yes. What? I was about to make an ADD joke, but you made it for me. What? Speaking? Listening. I can see how that's very tricky to teach that specific age.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, if you had to give some words of wisdom to aspiring teachers or young teachers, what would you tell them?
Get out while you can.
Get out while you can! Wow! Wow! Yeah. That's so true though.
And I'm a first-year teacher in English language arts, and she's saying it now.
This is his mom, and you're a first-year teacher.
Yeah.
And she just said, get out while you can. That's also what she said to him when he was in the womb. Get out while you can! You got 9 months! How are you liking it?
I like it so far. I mostly teach high school, but I also teach kindergartner through 5th grade as well.
Oh, you lucky fuck. That's a really sweet age spot. Like, I feel like the 5th grade is where they become devils.
They're so normal when you get to 5th grade, and then somehow you're like, please don't lose your humanity when you get to 6th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, but they do.
But they... She said, oh, but they do, for those of you who... That was classic. But it's good, a family of teachers, that's a beautiful thing. And clearly never paid attention to your mom's groans over the years. It still didn't stop you. That's the spirit that we need as teachers. The biggest problem that I see teachers having is connecting with the students, because often students don't want to listen to you. And so that's why good teachers are naturally charismatic. And I can see that with both of you. I can see the charisma. You know, you like to joke, you're honest. You know, a lot of teachers they have this disconnect because they don't have charisma. I think the easiest way to connect with students is through jokes. And it's part of the reason why I left. But I really think that comedians and teachers could work together, you know, where comedians can help train the teachers to be funnier, to connect with the students so they learn more, and then the teachers can train the comedians to not be dumb pieces of shit. It's a win-win situation. Teachers, thank you. Okay? Yep. I love the teachers. I do this for the teachers. And honestly, I think there's never too many teachers. And there's never enough good teachers. We need more good teachers. And we need more teachers. We need more money in teaching. And every fucking problem in America could be solved with more and better teachers. Yes. Especially school shootings. Okay. Ooh. You would have think Colorado would be quicker on that one. How much fucking time do you guys need? Because nobody wants to shoot a good teacher. That's true, exactly. That's why I said it. And everybody's like, that was a bit harsh to the bad teachers. Well, maybe there's an incentive program. That's all I'm saying. If the stakes were a little higher, that's why I quit, because I knew I wasn't good enough to dodge bullets.
It's been nice traveling all around Europe and stuff and seeing how much you guys hate each other. It's nice. It's nice. We got here about 10 days ago. We escaped. I don't know if you follow U.S. politics right now. But the jokes are just oozing out of us. Ooh, my government is providing a lot of material. All these years of paying taxes finally paid off. A couple weeks ago, Trump got shot at, and he survived. He's a changed man now. You know, just 10% less here, but he's a changed man. And the whole Republican Party has rebranded now. You know MAGA? Yeah. That now stands for Man Almost Got Assassinated. Yeah. Someone shot at Trump multiple times, but it didn't kill him because right before the shots were fired, he turned his head 45 degrees. And if he had turned any more, the bullet would have pierced his skull. If he had turned any less, the bullet would have pierced his skull. Exactly 45 degrees to the right, might I add. Not the far right, okay? Not the far right. A little 45 degree went over some moderate voters, right? You know what I mean? And the bullet just grazed his ear, man. And people were like, whoa, that was staged. And people were like, oh, it was Biden who set it up. It's like, come on, relax, guys. It was both, okay? There was 2 assassins. They double booked. Right? One was trying to stage it. One was trying to kill. They're like, I didn't know you were going to be here. You didn't tell me. I mean, I like to take both of those allegations seriously. Like, okay, if it was staged, that means that Trump knew exactly to turn his head 45 degrees. Would you trust Trump with that kind of plot? Was it exactly 45 because he was the 45th president? Are there layers to this? Also, let's be honest, if Trump set it up, then why was it a white guy who shot? You know what I mean? It would have clearly been a migrant. That would have worked very nice for their campaign. Now, was it a setup by Biden or the Democrats? I mean, let's look at the chronological events, okay? About a month ago, the polls came out. It was very clear that Biden was starting to lose to Trump and a lot of key battleground states. So they're like, all right, let's have a debate and level the playing field. That didn't work out so well for Biden. He took about 13 Ambien before that event. Finished 1 out of 100 sentences. So then his polls dipped even more after that, and everybody was like, we got to get rid of Biden, but Biden's like, I'm staying in the race, and all the top Democrats were like, he's staying in the race, and Obama was like, he's staying in the race, people. And we're like, do they know something that we don't? Like, This is weird. This confidence is scary. And then a week later, it got even worse. He called his Vice President Trump, and he introduced Zelensky as President Putin. And we were all very concerned. We're like, this guy's gotta go. And then the next day, Trump gets shot at, but it grazes his ear because he turns his head 45 degrees. And then 4 days later, Biden's like, I'm out the race. And we're like, okay, that's a little weird. I will say, also, another reason why it might be the Democrats is they hired a white guy to shoot him, so, But basically, the new candidate for the Democrats is Kamala Harris, who I believe is the vice president. I'm not exactly sure. Not 100% sure, actually. But I don't make jokes about Kamala Harris. I don't. She's part of too many minority groups. I would get into too many flavors of trouble. I'm not interested. So laugh all you want, you edgy and sensitive comedy spectators. Okay, but Kamala Harris, as far as I'm concerned, is a strong, female, black, Asian, South Asian, mentally challenged person, and you will treat her as such. She's been part of many voiceless, powerless groups, and now she's the vice president, which is the most voiceless, powerless position a person can have in the entire universe. I already got in trouble for that joke, so don't worry. I told that joke, and afterwards, a very nice, young, special needs man came up to me, and he was like, hey, that was messed up. I'm like, you're right, I should not have said mentally challenged. He's like, no, looping her with us, that was messed up. Don't ever do that. You're gonna ruin my campaign. A lot of things have happened in the last. Julian Assange got freed a couple weeks ago, yeah. A lot of people are happy about this. A lot of people are like, who is he? Julian Assange was the founder of WikiLeaks, which released a lot of important information to the public that a lot of governments didn't want us to know, and so naturally the governments went after him because they don't like truth, and they locked him up, and now finally he's been freed. Now, of course, there are some allegations against Julian Assange that we should take seriously, and when you like someone, all you can say is, well, I hope those aren't true, There's an allegation against Julian Assange that he was having intercourse with a woman and he removed the condom without consent. Yeah. You hear that? That's the sound of men saying, I didn't know you couldn't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to ask before you remove the condom. It definitely changes the whole event. I hope Julian Assange didn't. I really hope he didn't do that. Because if he did do that, it's serious. Because he is known for leaks. You may not like that joke, but he would want it to be released to the internet. The Olympics started, and most people are not excited. The Olympics in Paris. Paris, the most sophisticated city in the world. Oh, we're from Paris. We're from Paris. Paris, so sophisticated. We're so sophisticated when we protest, we shit in the river. That's what we do. So classy, so classy. I was on a train to Paris, and this woman sitting next to me, she was like, are you in the Olympics? I was like, why would you think I'm in the Olympics? What sport could I possibly be in? Beard growing? And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, oh my God, am I sure? I didn't think about that. Wow, I totally forgot I'm in the Olympics, and I should have checked my emails. And she's like, I bet you're in the Olympics. I'm like, just please leave me alone. And she's like, just tell me. I'm like, ah. So I put on a hijab and she left me alone. Yeah. They banned the hijab at the Olympics in Paris. And they say it's because, this is our national law in France. We don't have outward displays of religion, which is true, but it's targeting a specific group of people. So I got the inside scoop from some of the locals after they shit in the river. And they're like, yes, the French, they don't like Arabs. I'm like, for real? You don't like us Arabs? Then why'd you colonize us for hundreds of years? Huh? You think about that? There's like a little bit? You don't have like a little bit of a fetish? You don't have a little bit of that olive fever, you know what I'm saying? You like us Arabs. You can't just change your mind later on. You already put a ring on it. Yeah. They had 5 Arab colonies: Lebanon, Syria, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. That's 5 rings. That's the 5 rings in the Olympics this year. For the sake of equality, I'm going to start a rivaling Olympics. It's going to be based in Baghdad. Yeah, and everyone wears hijab. Everyone. Even the men wearing hijab. It's called the Halal Olympics.
Is there something I didn't talk about tonight? I thought you said eye patch kids at first. I was like, that's f***ed up. That's really f***ed up. It's not what we call them, okay? We call them little pirates. And the iPad kids, do you have one? No, just thank God. You wouldn't let your kid have an iPad?
Probably would try to stay away from it.
You'd probably try to stay away from it, the kid? Does anybody here consider themselves having an iPad kid? Screenagers. I like that. I'm sorry, but I like that better. How much? You have 2 screenagers. Twins. Do you love one of them more? Or? No, for sure. You're not ashamed to say it. That's a good parent right there. Honesty goes a long way. Is it the one that came out first or the one that came out second? Oh, no. Why do you think the second one was easier to love? You can play video games with them. See? That's a good parent. Not like you, just avoiding your hypothetical iPad kid. He's playing with one of his screenagers, ignoring the other. Does the other one just not like the same games that you do, or what? She plays different games. What a shame. What a disgrace to your bloodline. Your kids are in school. What do they sleep, like 8 hours a day? More or less? Pick a day? Tuesday. 8 hours? Psh. Pick a day. Tuesday. Yeah, 8 hours for sure. Okay, Saturday, how many days? 16. Holy sh**. I am jealous. Those are sleep-agers right there. Okay, so let's say on Saturday or Sunday, they're sleeping 16 hours. So if there's 8 waking hours, how many of those 8 waking hours are they on the screen? 4. So half, 50% of their waking life. Do you feel that you should be moderating that more? You do the best you can by playing the video games that your loved one likes. You're doing great. Keep it up. What else? Give me another. Okay, well, I used to be both. Now I'm just one. Arab men. Whoever said that. Fan? Not of me, of the Arab men in general. Oh, down? Oh, it depends. Okay, on? Day of the week? Tuesday? Tuesday's a great day for Arab men. Now, I don't want to make this too racy, but let's pick another race. Same question about white men. Yay or nay? Oh, down. Okay, so you're straight up racist. So it's just wanted to know where the barometer was, that's all. Filipino men? They're nice. Depends on the day. Is there any group of men that you like? No, not at all. Okay. But white men apparently at the bottom. So, sorry, white men, I didn't invent this class structure. You've had a positive experience with an Arab man before? He paid for dinner. Well, good for him. Get you an Arab man. On a good day, he'll pay for dinner. Pay for dinner. What's the bad quality? They're a little sus. For those of you who don't speak Gen Z, that means they're a little suspicious. No cap. You're millennials, I know, but you've co-opted Gen Z lingo, okay? All right, and that's a little sus. No cap, I'm not bussing. Say less. You're being a little cringe right now, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say that Arab men are awesome, okay? We're very cool, right? Thank you. One Arab guy. Fucking holding on for our dear lives. Fighting for a name. Yes, we pay for dinner! My dad's an Arab man, and I love my father. He provided for us. He paid for dinner quite often. What I think was so impressive about my dad is he could do so much in one day, while me and my sister were sleeping for 8 hours, depending on the day of the week. My dad, he would get up at 5 a.m. every morning, do yoga, and then he would come down, he would cook the dogs breakfast. He would always cook the dogs breakfast first. My dad was a kind of an atypical Arab dad. He loved dogs, and he would feed them 3 times a day. He fed them more than he fed us. He would cook for the dogs, then he'd go back upstairs, he'd do Taibo. You know Taibo, fucking like kickboxing. He used like a Taibo tape from the 90s for like 20 years. And then he would come down, he would feed me and my sister, he would take us to school, and then he would come back home, shave every day, because the Arab man, if you're gonna shave, you gotta shave every day. He would shave, put on a suit, go to work a full 8 hours, come back home, take me to soccer practice, pick up my sister from her friend's house, cook for the dogs again, cook dinner for us again, do more work from home, learn a foreign language, do the taxes, watch the news and curse, tuck me and my sister in, feed the dogs again, learn another language, do next year's taxes, do more work for home, read a French book, and then fall asleep. All while cheating on my mom. And the whole day, so impressive, this Baba. Because no one's perfect. That is so sus. Baba's so sus. Sus Baba. Teachers. So I was a former teacher. Has anybody here ever been a teacher before? Ever been a teacher? My folks, amazing. What do you teach?
I teach visual effects animation.
In that course, it's probably not that theoretical, is it?
There's a lot of button pushing.
A lot of button pushing?
Yeah, it's all on a computer.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like metaphorically, like let's talk about abortion today. Like what, dude? What? Did you study that stuff in order to do it, or?
It's a lot of like teaching yourself.
Teaching yourself.
Well, yeah, I don't need a degree or whatever.
Yeah, you don't need a degree or whatever. Yeah, no, that's clearly. Yeah. Hey, we're looking for someone to teach our visual animation class. I can press buttons. I'm a button presser. Yeah, I was a teacher for about 7 years. I quit that to do this, which shows you how little that pays. That was my second job. My job before that, I was a pot dealer, so I've evolved. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I went from drug dealer to teacher. I was reverse Breaking Bad. I hear there's a shortage of teachers in Canada. And healthcare workers. Yep, that's what they told me last time I was here. Because they're not giving out a lot of degrees or whatever. But the healthcare workers are going to the States, right? Because there's more money there with our f***ed up system. So we're over there paying a lot and not getting healthcare, and you're not getting healthcare. Where's the healthcare going? It's going to Israel. I'm all for conspiracies, but I might have to push back on that one a little bit.
All the healthcare workers going to Israel. Every OBGYN is only delivering in Israel. It's called birthright.
All right. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Take care.
No, I was just annoyed.
That's an interesting take.
Don't support Trump's administration was better.
I didn't want Trump to be president.
Have influence.
Because I have a platform, I should not speak how I feel.
Reflect more on how you feel.
I need more sleep. I gained a lot of fans last year, and I also lost a lot of fans last year. And I lost fans, not even really just for talking about Palestine. I lost fans when the election happened, and I was just honest about my take. You know, I thought we lived in a democracy. Where like you're free to say this is what I feel, and you know I didn't know that we weren't really in a public democracy, you know. But anyways, all I said was that I just didn't feel comfortable voting for the administration that was actively genociding my friends and family, and that's all that I said. That was just a feeling that I had, okay? And you know, I knew people were going to disagree with that, and it's fine. But people, they unfollowed me and they let me know on the way out. You know, they had to let me know. They're like, oh, what do you see? What is Trump's gonna be worse? Trump's gonna be worse. And turns out maybe, okay? Then there's the talk about, well, Trump said this and Trump said that. It's like, you can't take everything Trump says seriously, okay? If you do, you will die. Do you understand? Trump has this way of using executive power to make it seem like he's doing things that are not that hard to do. Like, for instance, changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. People were like, thought this was like a magic trick. They're like, whoa, like this could have been done a very long time ago, and it was not hard for him to do. Also, a lot of people don't know that he had to make a deal with Mexico in order to do that. Yeah, I don't know if you know this. In order for him to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, now the giant mall in Minnesota is called the Mall of Mexico. You didn't know that, did you? You didn't know that. The Mall of Mexico in Minneapolis. They only take pesos, and it's... Those were all the things that I want to talk about so far. Is there anything I didn't talk about tonight you'd like for me to talk about?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens? Okay. Can do. Anything else I can throw in there in a minute? ChatGPT, you said? ChatGPT in the context of comedians' career. I love it. You gave me like a lens. Do you want to give me a location too and a theme? So like ChatGPT, comedians' careers at the mall on a Tuesday with Candace Owens. And?
Harm reduction.
You said harm reduction?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Let's explore this a little bit. Harm reduction, is this like a broad philosophical concept?
The concept of doing things that they harm the minimum number of people. Say it's sociologically.
Sociological thing, we're going to minimize harm.
Yeah, like voting for Joe Biden reduces harm against black Americans than voting for Trump.
Okay, wait, I mean, you're saying such as statements like that, okay, right? Okay. Some people did not agree, but that is kind of funny. Could be true. We don't have the data on that, but it is kind of funny that it's like you have to vote for a president that's incapacitated to be better to black Americans. Like, how up of America is that where you got to vote for the guy? If you vote for that guy, it's going to be better. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so harm reduction. Were you hoping that was the specific thing I was going to look at with it, or something else?
No, I was just somewhat annoyed with the equivocation.
The equivocation of what?
Of voting for either party.
Oh, when I said it?
Not now, or not before, but slightly now. Because now that Trump's in power, I feel like you should have better context to understand that there was reduced harm in voting for the other party.
Okay, let's look at this, because this is a very hot topic, okay? First of all, that's not how I vote. I don't vote from a projected reduced harm, because you never know. I don't trust a single politician, and who knows? Let's say you're 100% right and Biden became president again, which I don't think anybody wanted, by the way. I think that's an interesting take. Like, we should have gone back to Biden. Like, that's a very unique take. First of all, that's not how I vote. I also vote by, how I feel about an administration, and do I want to support people who I think are bad?
I felt supporting Trump's administration was bad.
Here's the thing. I get where you're coming from. You like to see it as if you don't vote for this, you are voting for that binary, but that's not how I see it. I believe that democracy as an institution can only work if we actually have freedom of choice in who we vote for. And if the establishment doesn't listen to us, they'll never get it. We'll be locked into this two-party system for the rest of our existence. That's how I feel. And listen, if you want like a personal attachment to it, like you see what's happening in Gaza right now, it's some of the worst we've ever seen, like literally ever seen. We saw horrible under Biden, but we are seeing some of the worst in this exact moment. Did I ever say, oh, Trump's going to be better for Gaza? I never said that. I never said I'm foregoing my vote for Trump. I never said that, okay? All I do is I go by my intuition and what I feel is the right thing to do, and I have no regrets about my
influence.
But I have influence because I have a platform that I should not speak how I feel. You saying I should, instead of speaking how I feel personally,
reflect more on how you feel.
Reflect more on how I feel. I did. So if you've been the end of the show is gonna get really interesting, right? ChatGPT, we'll see you later. Okay, so I didn't want Trump to be president. I don't think Trump is the president that a lot of people want in this country. Unfortunately, he's what we've deserved because we as a society have this limited binary thinking, and so many people are just oblivious. Like the people in this room, we're actually having a discourse right now. The majority of this country has no interest in what we're talking about right now. They're watching football. Okay, so Trump is not the president we want. He's not the president we need, but he is the president that we deserve. He's the orange wrecking ball that unfortunately had to come to fruition because of what a country we've been. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. My goal is not to shame people for having chosen Biden or chosen Kamala. Like, most of my friends did vote for Kamala, and that's something I have to live with, that I have friends sitting amongst me who were like, yeah, she said she would do nothing different than Biden when it came to genociding the Palestinians, and they still voted for her. I'm not happy about that, but I accept it, and they're still my friends. You know, that's something that I have to live with, okay? But for me to like say, all right, let's all think about the harm reduction, there was a lot of people who did that, and a lot of people who I respect and who I actually agree with on a lot of things actually did take that point of view and said, I know we don't like this genocide, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's still, you know, vote for Kamala. I hear a lot of people say that, and that was fine. They had the right to do that. However, if I'm not speaking my mind and my heart, I do not sleep at night, okay? I already drink too much caffeine. I need more sleep, okay? We all need more sleep. If we all slept better, we would make better decisions. And you can sleep better when you make better decisions in the day. Make morally grounded decisions. You can sleep better, and we can all be sleeping better and be more like Sleepy Joe Biden. Yes. Yeah.
If you use harm reduction, the party that you're using that for, the Democratic Party, would take your vote for granted. Like, so a lot of minorities have always voted for Democrats, but what have they really done for minorities? Because they know all you do is one other vote for the other side, so they think they got your vote locked in, so they don't have to look at your concerns and your needs.
I very much agree with this point. To reiterate, basically, for example, in my case, I'll make it about myself. If I had voted for the Democrats, it would have signaled to them like, yeah, we can basically get away with this. And the people who despise are still going to vote for us because they know that we are the harm reducers, right? Which again, I don't even agree with. But yes, like, I don't like that. I don't like that people are like, yeah, they'll still with us because they have to. I don't like that. I don't do toxic relationships, and I don't do toxic administrations. I'm sorry, I don't do that. There's so many people in this world, there's so many different opinions, and I'm a mathematician, so of course I like to think macro. I like to think of like what is greater good, but at the same time, I have to make micro decisions. And if I'm not in harmony with my own micro decisions, then how can I expect the rest of the world to follow suit? I think that if everybody finds, right? Because I believe in harm reduction. I believe that one day we will have minimized harm to the greatest possible, okay? But also, we live in a capitalist society. We operate on money, right? So we need to keep that in mind, that like that's how the system works, and we need to figure out if we focus on ourselves, on the micro level, we can affect the max. So how do we get massive harm reduction? We focus on ourselves, but also think about money. That's harm money. Okay, that's the best I can do without using ChatGPT. So, okay, all right. Thank you for bringing that up, though. I think it's a good conversation. I'm literally getting into flame wars every day about it. So, you know, this was nice. Candace Owens would probably have a different opinion. The recent thing I've heard about Candace Owens is that her monthly views have surpassed Ben Shapiro's ever since she broke away from him. So, good for her. Good for her. Would she have been doing better under Joe Biden? I don't know. ChatGPT in the lens of comedians. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I've tried writing jokes with ChatGPT. They're worse than my own, believe it or not. Like, take the worst of my puns and, like, multiply it by 10. That's ChatGPT. But ChatGPT is still, like, in year 3. You know what I mean? Give it some time. It'll take my job. I can't wait till it takes my job. Seriously, it'll be a lot easier. So I don't think ChatGPT is going to take my job. I think it'll be DeepSeek, to be honest. I think I need that open source energy. You know what I'm saying? All right, give me a few other things. AOC and Bernie. AOC and Bernie. Is there anything specific going on with them other than a lot of recent fallout they've been having?
controlled opposition.
Controlled opposition? Can you elaborate for me?
Well, just this idea, that Bernie is going to have all these people at his rallies, only to then turn around and support Israel and doing the
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Bernie. It sucks. Bernie it makes me sad. There's so many points in history where I'm like, yes, Bernie, like, I love what you're saying. And then he just turns around and says like an AIPAC soundbite.
Right.
He takes money from AIPAC, right? There's only like a few. I know Massey is like one of them. It's not necessarily my most aligned politician, but at the end of the day, Bernie takes money from AIPAC. He does an AIPAC soundbite here and then, but then he also says all these other great things. And it's like, it's just one of these like, I don't know. He's like a sheepdog.
People who don't know are just the sheep, just like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight the oligarchy, but the Democrats are getting all this money from the billionaires.
Right. He's Luigi in the streets. Chuck Schumer in the sheets.
I actually wanted to be 100% sure, so I looked up the definition of the word terrorism. I was like, it's time. I'm going to look it up. I want to find out what it is they've been saying I do this whole time, And I looked up the definition of terrorism. It'll blow your mind. The definition of terrorism is using violence to achieve a political goal. Oh, America's never done that. I laughed out loud when I saw that definition. If the definition of terrorism is using violence to achieve a political goal, America is the biggest terrorist country of all time. Of all time. If that offends you, change the definition or change history, okay? Because that is what we specialize in. That is what we specialize in. And I noticed that when I say this in the United States, people kind of, they get a little taken back. They're like, I'm not a terrorist. Don't call me a terrorist. Stop calling me a terrorist. I am not a terrorist. And it's like, relax, I'm not calling you a terrorist. I'm not saying that you're a terrorist, okay? I'm simply saying that you're a terrorist sympathizer, okay? That's all I'm saying. You're a terror simp, as the kids would say. You're out there simping for the tea. Yeah. Listen, it doesn't have to conflict you internally. You can be aware that if you live in the United States, you're part of a global terror regime. You can be aware of that. It doesn't mean you can't love your country and not want to make it better. In fact, I argue that you cannot make your country better unless you actually know about the dirty shit we do overseas. I argue that you don't actually love your country if you can't call us a terrorist, okay? Because you gotta know who you love. You gotta love who you know. And this doesn't have to change your internal value structure. If you still want to use the word terrorist, you can, but you got to use it consistently, right? If you want to call a one-person suicide bomber, or as I call them, a one-man band, if you want to call them a terrorist, that's fine, okay? But then you also have to call the drones dropping bombs on entire nations terrorism as well. Because it's all terrifying to the people who receive it. I mean, at least give the small guy credit for acting locally. I thought we support small businesses. You gotta admit, they're more creative, that's for sure. That's why it's called terrorists. It's terror artists. It's a ist. It's a ist. It's like a barista, terrorista. You know what I mean? How do you want your terrorism, grande, right? It's a f***ed up word to use. When we use the word terrorist, it's very hypocritical for us to use in the West if you know anything about our history. But the word terrorist is also racist. It's also racist. And if you don't believe me, it's very quick little proof. Okay? Just close your eyes for one moment. Okay? I'm not gonna blow myself up. That's not the point of it. You're looking at me no.
That's not like, and boom, and now you get it. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, if you're not scared, if you can just close your eyes for a moment. Okay? All right, now I'm gonna say the word terrorist. What do you see? You're racist, exactly. So that was simple. Most of us saw the same guy. Okay? And don't worry, it's not your fault. You know, the media has trained you to see it that way. And so I invite you from now on, when you hear the word terrorist, I want you to look at who they're talking about. Whether it's in the media or casually in conversation, look at who people are talking about. It's almost always going to be the same type of person. It's going to be brown skin, Middle Eastern, Muslim person, or Luigi for some reason. It's going to be, they threw Luigi in there. They're just like, whatever, they all use olive oil or whatever. So. And yes, occasionally people do call Trump supporters terrorists, but they call them domestic terrorists. You know what I mean? Like they're the domesticated ones. And we're like the wild ones out here, you know? We're like the feral terrorists, you know? It's like, we're the terrorists, you know? It's messed up. It's messed up. But it's definitively a racist word. Case in point, in this country we have mass shootings. That's like our national sport right now, okay? We're killing it. No, we are now at the point where we have shooters of all races, so we do believe in DEI shooting, okay? Celebrate the victories if you wish, but yes, so occasionally you will have a Muslim shooter, and when you do, what happens in the media? They drop that T word so fast, right? They're like, this was an act of terror, or was he part of ISIS, or has he been radicalized? Like, don't bring math into this, okay? Leave math out of this, okay? But then when you have a white shooter, which we do occasionally, let's be honest, you just don't hear that T word. You just don't hear that T word. What do you hear? He was a lone wolf, you know? Or he was a man on a mission. Yeah, a man had a manifesto, you know? Or mental health is important. Let's talk about mental health awareness. And it's like, yay, good job. Good job for finally realizing that mental health is important. Congratulations, America. I'm glad you finally realized that it actually matters that we have a healthy mind. Congratulations. Good job. No, seriously, good job. Mental health is very important. It is. Mental health is extremely important, and I'm glad that we are finally embracing it. But why is mental health only coming up when we're talking about white villains? Okay? Why can we not equally apply the concept of mental health to our fellow brown villains who also could use the therapy? Okay? And I know some of you think I'm just calling racist for no reason. I assure you, I would not just call racist if I didn't have a punchline. Okay? This is a real point I'm making. I'll ask you this. Have you ever in your entire life heard this? You know, Osama bin Laden, did he have like depression or something? Maybe it was like seasonal affective disorder. That's why he was so sad. He wasn't getting enough sun. You know what? September is now Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's do that. Let's never forget. September is now Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, somebody should have checked in on Saddam more often, you know? Maybe if Saddam had more friends, it would have like lifted his mood a little bit, you know? Like, call your friends today before they become the next Saddam, you know? No, you don't hear anything remotely close to that, okay? Meanwhile, there's like 3,000 documentaries like, was Hitler okay? Like, shut the up, dude! Shut the up! Stop making documentaries about Hitler's mind, okay? At least make a few about Osama, you know? But it's a racist word. And you can ask anybody who looks like me, or anybody in this category, we don't even feel comfortable getting angry in public because people see that terrorist trope in us. We don't have the same freedom to public bursts of outrage like the rest of y'all. Yeah. I'd like to take this moment to give a special shout out to white women, okay? Yeah, I see what you do. No shade, it's admirable. I see you out there showing your anger in public, you know what I mean? Asking for upper management when you can. You're out there working. I'm jealous. I believe that is the level that we should all aspire to and that we could all be one day as a society. I believe that. I do. And that's my goal. I want to be a Middle Eastern man, Karen. I do. Yeah. I want to be a Kareem, okay? Yeah. I believe I can be a Kareem, okay? But right now I feel a little limited, you know? Because if I'm at line at the bank and the line's too long, and just like anybody else, I get angry at the line being too long, you know? Just like we all do. I can't show it. Because if I show it, I'm like, fuck this place, man. Fuck this place, man. Fuck this place. Somebody's gonna see like, oh. If you see something, say something. Hey, I see the terrorist coming. He probably wants to blow himself up and blow this whole place up. And it's like, I do, but I'm not going to, okay? I just have the thought like a normal human being does. What normal human being doesn't want to blow themselves up at the bank, okay? It's a normal human emotion and I'm allowed to have it. Okay? It's messed up because this trope makes it seem like we are angrier than other people, okay? We are not angrier than other people, man. We just have weird shaped eyebrows, so it reads a little differently, okay? That's all it is. It's eyebrowism. It is. Isn't that messed up? How much eyebrows relate to terrorism? Look at Luigi. Look at those eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows. Isn't that messed up? The difference between a terrorist and just an angry guy is plucking. It's so messed up. We gotta pluck and wax our way out of this, is what we gotta do. I hope you do understand why the word terrorist is racist. And people try to flip it. They'll be like, how come every time there's a terrorist, it's a Muslim? Because you fucking call them that, motherfucker. You're the fucking one out there perpetuating that. So really, we have two options at this point to make the word unracist. We can either call everyone a terrorist equally, anybody who does a violent act, and you're a terrorist, 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 you know? And if that doesn't work, jihad. But I'm kidding. There's one more option before that. The other option, which I like and I think we could try, is we take the word terrorist back and make it cool. Who's with me, kids? Come on. Yeah. Where my terrorists at? Come on. Where my terrorists at? Yeah. Good. I love that's the sound. That's the call of the wild right there. Yeah. I can sense there's people skeptical. They're like, this is not gonna work. Listen, let's take notes, okay? Let's take notes. Black people did it with the N-word. They made it work, okay? Yeah. Oh, uncomfortable white crowd. I see. Oh, yeah. It's true. They made it work. They took the word back. They made it work. We might have to cut off the hard T at the end, okay? Take notes, right? Like, what's up, my terrorists? You know, does that make it? My terrorist. Terrorist, please. You know what I mean? Like, we can make rap songs like Terrorists in Paris. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that one's too real. I'm sorry. That was too real. Okay. Right? Or if you don't like that, we can make it more like a record scratch, like terror, error. Or, you know, Gen Z will come through. Like, I got killer charisma. It's terroriz. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So we got options. And if those don't work, jihad. But we got options. But yes, so the word terrorist is hypocritical, it's racist, but that's not even my biggest problem with the word terrorist. My biggest problem with the word terrorist is that it is too often used by the Western world to excuse the killing of civilians. I want you to become aware of this. Look at the war on terror. What was that in effect? Right? And it's not over. It's still going on right now. You know, Israel does this on a daily basis. Like, Israel will level an entire apartment complex. And we'll all see it. It's not like we don't see this. We all see the video footage. We'll see them level an entire apartment complex, killing families, like verified and reported, well, not reported, but verified civilian families. And we'll all see it. And every human being, doesn't matter what your politics are, you all have the same gut reaction, like, what the f***? You cannot be a human being and see that and not be like, what the f***? right? All Israel has to do at that point is just be like, oh no, we were targeting the terrorists. They always say it like a toddler for some reason, like, the terrorists, the terrorists were there. Mom, the terrorists, we were getting the terrorists. Mom, the terrorists. And it's like, no, you did not get the terrorists, okay? You did not get the widow rabbit, the terrorists. You killed civilians, okay? You killed civilians. You killed children, dude. You killed children. And yeah, I don't like children that much either, but you can't fucking do that, man. Yes, kids can like make a mess sometimes. They can be little terrorists. They can like knock over things, come into a room and just mess it up. Especially the 2-year-olds, the terrorist 2s. I understand. Kids can be little terrorists, okay? But these little terrorists deserve to live, man, okay? And I know people get uptight when I talk about this stuff. Like, oh, you're just gonna make jokes about terrorism? You're just gonna make jokes about bombs and people dying? Like, yeah, the f*** I am, dude. The f*** I am. You think I'm just gonna see this shit and not talk about it? It is not normal. We cannot just continue to let this shit happen. It is not normal. We have to talk about it. And you know what? I'm gonna make jokes about it. I'm gonna make jokes specifically. You wanna know why I'm gonna make jokes? Because jokes are the #1 form of nonviolent resistance. Did you know that? Jokes are the #1 form of nonviolent resistance. And you know who said that? I did right now, I said it right now. Jokes are the #1 form of nonviolent resistance. They're right up there with water balloons, you know?
CDC did not approve of this show. Not the best joke to open with. But the CDC does list forms of transmission on their website, and one of them is laughter. Yeah, right? They're like, don't you have any fun now? Because you will spread the kill vibe. It's hard to remember a very generic name. People get mad. You meet them, forget their name. Dude, you don't remember that I was Dave? I'm so sorry. You're like the 1000th Dave I've met. Like, what are you supposed to say? Like, I'm sorry that brain space is finite. And if you don't know what that means, it's because brain space is finite. It's hard to remember people's names. Zoom, man. Zoom. All right, every time a loud motorcycle comes by, let's just guess the size of the penis. Let's just guess. I'm guessing 3.8. Oh, dude! Yes! 31415. I'm gonna be quitting comedy pretty soon. I finally used my math background. I wrote an algorithm for a dating app that just got picked up in Silicon Valley. Thank you, one person, for supporting my dreams. It's a dating app for people in the oil industry. It's called Fracker. I thought I was doing something great for romance, but now every sleazy guy on the app is using the same opening line. He just like, want to frack? And girls are like, that's so crude, you know? He's like, I thought you wanted to drill. I'm looking for a guy who's more refined, okay? Oh, this thing is rigged. Oh, well, good luck finding an alternative. Better go to the wind power site. It's called Blower. Oh, well, I want to lay the pipeline. Looks like this is a dry hole. Oh, frack you, Derek. Go frack yourself, Derek. Okay, Miss Fields, I wish you well. I miss the 90s. You guys remember the 90s, man? What a great era. Everybody agrees. It was just a great, I mean, the mid-90s especially, like right when the internet was just coming out, but it hadn't ruined our lives yet. Yeah. The economy was booming. Grunge was raging. Tupac and Biggie were still alive. Bill Clinton was in office, just getting his dick sucked. What better metaphor for the good life than our commander-in-chief getting O's in the OO. He's getting orgasms in the Oval Office. That's a triple O score on Sonic the Hedgehog. The 90s were amazing. But there was something really critical about that era, and a lot of jokes have been made about the Monica Lewinsky scandal, but nobody's ever pointed out the most flagrant detail. I'm going to share with you all right now. That is the timeline, okay? See, Bill Clinton was getting his dick sucked by Monica Lewinsky from November 1995 to March 1997. Okay? Not the whole time. He went home in between, took a break, made sandwiches, regenerated. He's not Superman. Repeat those dates again. November 1995 to March 1997. Do those dates sound shockingly familiar to you? They should, because that is the exact, to a T, exact same time frame as the East Coast, West Coast, Tupac, Biggie Smalls rivalries. That's usually where I walk off stage and just leave forever. But I'll elaborate. November 1995, the shots were first fired. Tupac starts speaking out against Biggie. The war is waged. Right? Everything comes to a climax in 96, right before the election, when Tupac dies. Finally, everything comes laid to rest when Biggie Smalls dies in March 1997. That whole exact time, Bill Clinton was in the Oval Office getting his dick sucked. Or so he wants you to think. I sometimes leave there as well. But I'll go ahead and I'll explain. He created the perfect alibi, okay? How could two seemingly unrelated events share the exact same timeline? The biggest sex scandal in our history and America's second civil war? I don't think so. No. He had the motive. They were stealing a spotlight right before the election. He had the support. Who is his support? Suge Knight. Why is Suge in jail right now? Because there's another Clinton election going on. They can't have the secrets being leaked. That's what's in the emails. That's what's in the emails. Al Gore knew about the whole damn thing. That's why he created global warming. It was a distraction to keep people's minds away. Monica Lewinsky is not a real person. That's Tipper Gore in a wig. Get your head in the game. That shit could have never happened. Case in point, how did Hillary forgive Bill? She's a Scorpio. They never forget. And if you don't know, now you know. So, some of you might know this, but I majored in applied mathematics. That's why I'm a stand-up comedian right now. Any other math people in here? One over here? Two? You study it? Aerospace engineer? You work for NASA? Oh shit. Why are you sitting in the back? Can't you just rocket yourself over here? You actually get to make rockets? No, I just fly them. You just fly them? Well, that's a step above. I don't fucking make them, dude. I hop in them and go to the moon. Yeah. Have you ever seen one explode and fail? You're good at your job. Oh damn. Never failed a rocket in my life. Are these big rockets or small rockets? Big rockets. Big rockets. How big we talking about? 6 inches? Like really big? how big approximately? Stories. Oh wow. And where do you launch these?
Russia or Cape Canaveral.
You launch them in Russia?
Yeah.
So they're cool with that? We just be like, hey yo Russia, we're gonna launch some rockets over there. Are you cool with that? Are we at war right now? Or are we good?
No, we're good. We put some Russians on it and it makes it even.
Oh shit. We're like, hey, we're involved with a massive global war entanglement, but you guys wanna fucking fly some rockets for a day, dude? We're fucking, you can hop in ours, we'll hop in yours. Russia's like, hell yeah, this sounds very good. Get the big rocket. What's the most interesting thing you've ever seen in your line of work?
I mean, I physically moved the solar rays on the space station.
So the solar rays coming from the sun. You guys do know that, right? Solar means from the sun. And I believe they do travel at the speed of light. Is that correct? Yes. And so you are Superman? Is that what's going on? You went faster than the speed of light. You're getting out of here. You physically removed them. You deflected them or something?
I moved the solar ray panels from the space station to a different degraded part of them.
Oh, okay. So you moved the panels. It's a little bit different than moving the actual rays. I do believe that's what I heard. Was there like an overheating problem or something that you curtailed?
We had a vehicle coming in that needed to dock, so I needed to stop the rays so they wouldn't smack it.
Why would the solar rays prevent them from landing if it doesn't have to do with sight or heat?
So the vehicle's coming in to dock to the International Space Station.
Yes.
The solar rays are moving to attract the sun. So if they're moving to attract the sun and the vehicle passes in their line of motion, it can hit them.
I'll pretend like I understood, but that's fucking awesome, dude. You fucking did it. You fucking did it. You moved the sun itself. I'm gonna go with that story. That's what I'm gonna tell my friends. I met someone who moved the fucking sun. She knows the Russians. She built the International Space Station.
You know what's crazy about the International Space Station is that not all countries are allowed there. Isn't that fucked up? It's not quite the International Space Station. So I'm actually going to make my own that's a little more inclusive. It's called the International Space International Station. ISIS. No, wait a second. That's not good. Oops.
I don't want Hillary to be president, not because she's a woman at all, but because, and I'm going to open up to you guys, because she's a Scorpio. And as an Aquarius, I find them very overbearing. Okay? Any Scorpios here tonight? You're great people, great friends. I just don't want to give you my power. That's all. You know what I mean? This guy's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you know, that's how I vote. I like to make sure I'm zodiac compatible with my president. It's no better than how any other American votes. Believe me, it's probably better. But that's how I go my intuition, you know? Like Bill Clinton, Obama, they're Leos. That's stable for me, you know? They're great dancers, life of the party, great hair. Like if Obama grew out his hair, we'd probably re-elect him. We'd give him throw more years, if you know what I mean. Ronald Reagan, not a fan of his policy, but he was an Aquarius. I respected he was creative, artistic, Star Wars, Reaganomics. That's some creative thought right there. Only an Aquarian would think of that. Naps in the office, that's the artist lifestyle I can relate to. How about this? You guys give me the zodiac sign, I'll tell you the president that matches it. Gemini, JFK. Everybody loved him, but he had a secret life. That's the two sides of the Gemini. Ask not what your country can do for you, because I'm over here banging Marilyn Monroe right now, right? Let's keep this on the DL. Libra, Jimmy Carter. Oh, love that guy. Humanitarian, very fair, tough time making decisions. People would walk all over him. He installed solar panels in the White House, then Reagan came out, ripped him out, just to be a dick. Because we get a little moody, you know what I mean? Aries, Thomas Jefferson, sexually motivated. Yeah. Manifest destiny, that's a horny man's concept right there. The whole country. Ooh. Capricorn, Nixon, scandalous. Has some secrets, sweats under pressure. Sagittarius, Martin Van Buren. Check out those sideburns. Those trend-setting sideburns. It took about 200 years for them to catch on. But that's a Sagittarian. They're way ahead of their time in fashion. Cancer, George W. Bush. Some people love him, some people hate him. But like a Cancer, he found his way into the White House. He found his way into Iraq. He goes by his gut, gets a little crabby sometimes. He's a Cancer. What's next?
Virgo.
Pisces, George Washington. All about that money, dollar bills, y'all, okay? He was the richest president of all time, and that factors in current inflation as well. And he led us across the Potomac River because they're fishes, they're good with water. Yeah. Our first president was a fish. I think there's 2 or 3 more. Taurus, Harry Truman, stubborn, thick-skinned, made the decision to drop the bomb. Other Taurus rulers include Saddam Hussein and Hitler. Let's be careful on that one as well. Keep an eye out for the bull. I think there's one more left. We did Leo, we did Capricorn. The last one is Virgo, and this is my favorite one. Only one Virgo president in history. Every other sign has multiple presidents. Virgo only has one president in history, and that was LBJ, who only became president because of an assassination. Virgos don't like the limelight. That is the only way to get a Virgo to be president. You make them vice president, you kill the president. Don't quote me on that. And that is the Zodiac Wheel of Presidents. Thank you so much.